by introducing myself. My name is Shalonda Randall. I'm also known as Dr. Randall. I am the Assistant Superintendent of Equity and Curriculum in Freeport School District. And I am here to welcome you to this event. Before I begin, I need for everyone to give yourselves a round of applause for coming out this morning, this day. A shout out if you need to. This is an awesome turnout for us and our committee, for it being a first time event that we put together with people that really did all of this over Zoom. So, honestly. Before we get started and welcoming you here, I want all of the committee members to please stand at this time so that we can acknowledge them. So if you have been a part of this process, this work, please stand. Pat Norman, please stand. Yes, thank you. Connie Craft from United Way, we are acknowledging her in her absence, and we thank her as well as being part of the committee. I am here to support the work of Freeport community. My presence does not represent the harm, the hurt, or what people lived experiences are in Freeport. My background is not from Freeport. And when I started on this committee, I acknowledge I am not the person that should be a part of this committee or stirring it up. But this community and my committee said you are the person that we need to help facilitate this process. And I feel so honored that people trust me enough to know that this process is important and they would like me to be a part of it. So I am here to help bring our community together to heal. I am here to help bring our community together to hear the hurt and the harm that has been done. We have an outstanding agenda prepared for you with wonderful people who are going to be vulnerable today. They are going to share a part of themselves, their experiences with you, and they want you to hear what they have to say. And some of it may be painful to hear. Some of it may be, I didn't even know, right? It's not painful, I just didn't even know. And all of this, we want everyone to leave with a reflective mind that we must do better. This event is a call to action for our Freeport community. And we want it to start today, but not end on today. Right? I'm going to say that again. We want it to start today, but not end today. And the few people that you saw standing cannot do this work alone. This was a lot of work. And we are saying to each other, this is awesome, this is awesome, this is awesome. Right? Because we didn't know what to expect. But we rolled the die, we said some prayers, and we walked in here today. So we need your help when you leave to say, how can I keep this going? Because the ultimate goal is there has been trauma that has endured in Freeport. It is still enduring trauma. And it needs to stop. Not for the sake of those who are in here, but for the sake of those who are not. We do not have our children in this room. And we need to be models for them to continue this work. They need to do it generationally so that the intergenerational trauma that has occurred will stop and a new generation of success, belief, love, hope, and healing will begin. Right? So I'm on a time frame and I have to respect that. But before I turn it over to Pastor Donnie Dutcher, are there any government officials who are here today? We want to acknowledge you for coming out and supporting us. If you could please stand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, this work is all of us. All of us. And we want everyone to be a part of it. And we want to acknowledge and thank everyone for coming out today.
Well, I'm going to share how we got here today. It was last January. I was doing some Google searching, and I saw that the W.K. Kellogg Foundation has a program on truth, racial healing, and transformation. And in fact, they have a 192-page implementation guide for communities. Quite extensive, and I also learned that there's a National Day of Racial Healing, which they started in 2016. That caught me in part because in the 1960s, my dad worked for Kellogg's, so I was familiar with the Kellogg Foundation, and it connected with me with a broken part of my past because I moved from Battle Creek between my junior and senior year of high school, which was a different kind of trauma. So I thought, gosh, maybe we can do something about that. And then I went to an event at St. John United Church of Christ on Park Boulevard, and they had 4 speakers that day, Robert Bush, Kathy Martinez, Patty Norman, and Shalonda Randall, as a part of their racial justice ministry. And it was during one of the break times that I went up and talked with Shalonda and said, gosh, can we talk about something? So we met at Higher Grounds for an extended cup of coffee and began to develop a very meaningful relationship. Because I knew Kathy Martinez at FHN, I reached out to her, and she connected me with Clay Cunningham, the director of the behavioral health portion there. And he said, why, gosh, maybe we can bring Connie Kraft on board from United Way. And then we reached out to Chris Schenberger, chief of police, and a variety of other people. And we just began talking and I wanted also somebody from the Cure organization here in town. So we were connected with James Ryan, and also from the Boys and Girls Club. And we started talking in May and June and July and August and September. And we spent hours and hours putting thoughts together, how we wanted to do this. It was a process of great ferment. And we finally put it all together, and that's how we got here. And we hope this is the first step. We talked about doing something with this annually, but there is a spot on the evaluation sheet that you have before you that if you are interested somehow in participating in this or being a part of a coordinating committee, we want you involved. Well, we don't know what we're going to do next year, but we want to do something. And we may even try to do some things between now and then. We want to keep the momentum going. So that's sort of how we got here, and I'm thrilled that all of you are here. It excites me. Your presence and the number of us here indicates that this is significantly important to many people within our community. Somehow we need to convince all of our city leaders and others in positions of influence that it's important also. And maybe next year they can be with us in greater numbers. So I'll pass it back to my friend.
The reason why we are successful is, as Pastor Donnie said, we have developed a meaningful relationship. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, we all need to do this together. We all need to represent each other. So we have a relationship, and whatever Pastor Donnie needs, I said, just tell me. I'm here for you all. I'm here to do what you want me to do, because this work is important and I want to support you. So to have both of us here together is how we have to start this and bring everyone else in. And so thank you to all of the community partners and the important people in Freeport who came on that committee and who are here this evening to continue this work. So I'm humbly, again, appreciative of this opportunity. So with that said, we want to go ahead and show this really quick video, and then I will introduce our panel and we will have a panel discussion.
And there is